Hello! Hi! Welcome to the video! Don't mind the beanie, I have a bad hair day. Enjoy the neat dude. For this video, we're gonna look up some Aries books. And you might be like, why Aries? I'm an Aries beach. I am the horoscope, the star sign, Aries, which might be surprising because I'm so chill and nice, but it's all those years of training. Yeah. And I don't have enough book on my TBR at all. So why not add more? So I was looking through the internet and I found that there are Aries books and I thought like, yes, this is what I should read next. And with Aries books, it's books that are recommended for people that are Aries and also people that are Aries that has written a book. So I went to the wonderful Libby. Love you, Libby! And I have it on my phone here. So let me show you guys what's in stores. And I'm gonna read from my phone, but I'm still here, I promise. Here we go. Libby Life. That's a good sheet. Aries book picks. Yes. Adventure readers. I'm an adventure reader. Ooh. Old, fiery, ambitious leader. Oh wow, that's me. Okay. Relationship. Discourage leaders. Love, taking risk, committing extra long reads. Start a new series. Okay. Yeah, I'm up for the challenge. Super combinators. A determined enthusiastic leader with a lots of ideas. Important for Aries to be able to convey their thoughts clearly both in work and life. Elon Musk. Okay, nice. Clocking over 20 hours long audiobook isn't for those who look for a quick listen. Aries up for the challenge. Okay. House of Earth and Blood. That looks like a pure fantasy book. Adventure Aries won't mind dipping toe in the series. Oh, a series. As Crescent City. Yeah, fantasy world, magic danger. Me and fantasy don't have the best track record, but if they say that this book is for me and it's Libby, gotta trust it. Fate and Furies. Ooh. Rhymes often have a short temper due to fiery nature. Quite angry Iris, but overall deeply satisfying novel about love, art, and creativity. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's going on my list for sure. Slow productivity. Okay. Aries tend to be on the go. Need quick burnout. Yeah. Groundbreaking philosophy. Philosophy. I like that. Okay. Elton John. Another famous Aries. Yes. It's so funny. Like this title, me, my first reaction, Aries, I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you name your book me? But now, when I know that Elton John is an Aries, this does make sense. So I think I'm gonna head into that one. It better be a lot of me in it, Nyad, find a way. Okay. That sounds interesting. Okay. Yasmin and Jake rock the boat. What is this? It sounds like some horny shit. Non-beat impulsive Aries fall for this love story. Enemies to lover romance can be done good, but A slow fire burning. Oh, from Daughter of the Girl on the Train. I read that one. I think I even saw the movie. So yeah, it was a really dark thriller, kept you on edge. Yeah, that might be for me. For many different reasons. Ooh, revenge. Ooh. Jack Reacher, The Secret. Ooh. Action is Aries' middle name. You know, as a kid, I would say yeah. Now, but I guess I got a little action figure inside of me somewhere. Okay, The Secret. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's that. Thank you so much, Libby. Thank you. I'm gonna see what books I can get a hold from my library, aka Libby. And I will update you guys on what they are like. Maybe some reading vlog content when I'm going through the books. So let's head into that. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you very soon with a book. Okay, let's go. Okay, Elton John Me. This is a memoir. I listened to it as an audiobook through the library, or aka, as you saw in the beginning of the video, Libby. Not sponsored. This was a good memoir. I believe in the beginning of the audiobook and in the end of the audiobook, it is actually Elton John who is speaking, who is talking, but then everything in between there is another person who's doing the audiobook, but that is a-okay. I think they did actually a great job, but I would have loved to have Elton John the whole way through. For example, as with the Paris Hilton memoir, the Viola Davis memoir, and what's her name? The I'm Glad My Mom Died memoir, that one. When it was just them, the actresses or the influencers, the whole book just speaking. But it's okay. It's a-okay. No harm done. I learned a bunch of stuff about Elton, which is neat. I didn't know jack shit beforehand. True Aries for sure. It does deserve the title Me, so good job on that one. It was witty, funny, also sad, also tragic and exciting. The memoir, I think it was good. I had a good time with it. It also made me watch the movie, the Rocket Man. Rockets go zoom. So after I finished the audiobook, I wanted to immediately know more. So I watched some interviews on the YouTubes, and then also I watched the biopic Rocket Man, which is more like a musical movie. But I just wanted to see what they depicted in the movie compared to the book. And I feel like they actually got the basics or the most stuff down pretty good. But of course, like a book is a book, and there's so much more space to write and have things happen. So, but it was fun to see both of them and compare the medium. And I think they did actually a great job with the movie, the adaptation. A lot of love in it. And also, Elton John has done such bangers, like so much good music. And it was really fun to revisit that once again, reading or watching the movie and hearing those songs and the way Elton describes these like projects that's going on. And then you think, and I'm like, oh, it's for the Lion King, you know? Like it's so funny how it's described as a thing, and then it becomes something huge or something much more. I also like how it did deal with certain subjects, like certain addictions and certain topics that are hard to talk about, but I think it's important to talk about, and there's no sugarcoating it, you know? You need to show that And I think they did a great job with that in the Elton John audiobook. Once again, I did listen to it as an audiobook, so I don't know if the physical book or the ebook, if that has some pictures in it or anything like that, like in the end, because that would be cool. But once again, I just listened to the audio, so I don't know. But good book, good time, learned about Elton John, jamming to the music. But the thing is, I have read other memoirs. Once again, Viola Davis, Paris Hilton, I'm Glad My Mom Died book. And those were so freaking good, so I couldn't help myself comparing the Elton John book to that one, sadly. But I feel like the Elton John book is not wasting your time. It's not bad. It's good, it's nice, it did its thing, and you know, wow, what a life. Like, it's so cool. There's so much stuff I didn't know, especially like later on in Elton John's life with the family aspect of it and all that stuff. And it's just so humanizing to see people be people. You kind of forget about this with like celebrities or people that get well known. They become kind of like this zoo animal. And you kind of forget that they are human. They are humanizing people. Like, they are grounded. They are flawed. We are all not perfect. It's so nice to read a media like this and step down and just see that. So, Elton John, thank you. Thank you, me book. Yes, good title for this book. Once again, when I read it, I'm like, what the fuck is the title? But then I'm like, it's an Aries book. Okay, got it. So that's Elton John for you. Next Aries book I read was Fates and Furies. Yes! This book, oh my lordy. 18 plus rating. 18 plus. Don't read this out loud for little Timmy, you know? No bedtime story for Timmy, this one. This is about a couple. You follow them through when they start being a couple or start to know each other to longer towards their relationship. And it's like a thriller, suspenseful book, kind of giving a little bit of Gone Girl vibes with the tone, which is that it's kind of unsettling. Like, it is this happy story, but it is with very flawed character, very grayscale character, which I enjoy for sure. I got so frustrated with the book. I got so frustrated with it. Yeah, I was kind of flip-flopping, like I really liked it and then I did not like it. I did listen to this as an audiobook also. I just want to say that. It does 180. It goes to the places. So you've been warned. But unlike Gone Girl, because that's the only example I can do, is that Gone Girl has kind of like a mystery to it. They're trying to find this person in Gone Girl and they kind of have this cat and mouse game. And this doesn't have that. This is about a couple through their marriage and very much going through their marriage step by step, you know? It's also about creativity, which was the aspect that really grabbed me. Creativity, like the process of being creative and the process of having passion, is really neat. First, when I started reading this book, I was really frustrated with the character. Very, very frustrated. But they have this passion, creativity-wise, and with the theater and all that stuff. And I kind of admire that, like that dream, even if they are assholes at certain points. You semi can understand it. It's not okay, but you kind of understand it. But then it flip-flops to another character, and when it's about them, it's just 100% sex. 100% doing The Devil's Dance. Once again, 18 plus 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 book. When this book started, it was horny as heck. It's like started right in the action, if you get my drift. And when it turns to this other character, it just becomes more horniness. It's funny, when it turns to that character, I'm like, oh, the first character wasn't so bad. You know, I was a little bit too harsh on them. But yeah, it goes to the places. If you are sensitive to like triggers with like eating disorders and sexual things, I would not recommend it. But if you like those thriller things, flawed as characters, gray morals, suspenseful, I would recommend this book. But just know that you will get frustrated and it kind of won't leave your mind. Certain things in this book I found was really hard to listen to. I listened to it as an audiobook, of course. It was a good book. It was a good book, but it got me pushing and pulling forward non-stop, this book. Non-stop. If you like some suspenseful stuff, then yes, this book is the thing. It deals with marriage, the theme of marriage and stuff, with a marriage is never 100% faithful, in a sense. Like, we are open-minded and want to speak the truth and do all that stuff. Sorry, everyone. But there's always certain lies or certain gray areas, or like certain parts that you hide of your life, and the longer the marriage is going on, the more lies creates or becomes, and it deals with that theme, which is interesting. And it could be lies that are for like protecting the relationship or not to worry the other person, you know. It can be done from a genuine perspective, a nice one, like a caring, but it's interesting to think about that stuff while reading this book. So good book. Had a horrible but also a good time with it. I'm gonna read some more books. I got 2 more Aries books, and I will be right back with a different outfit, maybe. Removing maybe this handbag. Do you guys like this? It's an Aries bra! Ooh! Anyways, see you guys with the next 2 books, which is... Wouldn't you like to know? Oh! I guess we found out. Guess who's back? Shit! I might have non-stop started listening to Brat by Charlie XCX, so representing with a green shirt. Just saying. Those are some vibes, some dance music. Anyways, how you guys doing? Let's talk about the next Aries book, shall we? So the next book I listened to, once again an audiobook, ding, so many audiobooks, is The House of Earth and Blood. Oh, it's a fantasy book, and wow. And I listened to this book as like a cinematic audiobook, which I have never done before. It is called graphic audio. So basically, whenever stuff goes on in the book, if someone is coughing, sneezing, snoring, pulling a dagger, you know, whatever, it makes like swish, wash, wash, swang, effects. It's very immersive. At first, I was like, this is so weird. But the more I listened to it, the more accustomed I got into it. And it felt like it fit perfectly to this book, this fantasy book, because this is about immersion. Immersion, to get immersed in this fantasy world. So I think that actually was a pretty nice thing. So what is the book about? It is about a world where there are demons, fays, vampires, etc., like supernatural beings. And there's also humans. There is a case that happens murder that happens that is like a mystery. And it's about the main character, and she's gonna solve this with this other person, this buddy cop thing. This book, this book. Okay, when I started to listen to this book, I was like, what the heck is this? You know, I was often taken out by it. It was so... I thought it was so bad. So bad. But it is one of those books when you have to turn off your brain. You know, your analytical brain. You have to turn that thing off. This thing. It is full cheesiness, full campiness. It makes references to like reality shows. And it's like a funny buddy cop, but also, you know, blood and drama and supernatural beings. But just you need to turn off that analytical thing in your head in order to enjoy this. And when I did that, I had a good time. I had a fun time. Yeah. But yeah, there are lines like fangs and bangs and sucking and F-wording. Such beautiful written words in the English language that I want to have on paper or in audio. Funny, really campy about this mystery thing, murder thing, and they are solving the case together, and they have this back and forward. I think his name is Hunter, that like takes the main character in. He's like an angel guy, and the main character is like half fae, half human. They kind of have this romantic thing going, but not really. Very much back and forward, very much. But it was really fun, engaging. Once again, if you just turn off your brain and just enjoy it for the campiness, I would compare it to like shows like The Vampire Diaries. Like it has those brutal scenes, really, really bloody scenes, but then it has all this campy dialogue or like nonsensical stuff. Or like you're a gamer, you know? Because this is what I thought of first, actually, when I turned off my brain and tried to compare it to something. There is a game called Wolf Among Us, or The Wolf Among Us, I believe. Dark world, this grimy world. And it's about this character who's trying to solve a case of, like, there's a serial murder going on and killing fairy tale people. And it's really engaging, but also corny as heck and violent as heck. 18 plus for that one, or at least 16 plus for The Wolf Among Us. But yeah, it reminded me of that. So if you are into some mystery, murder, you like, you know, angels and fays and demonic things or supernatural things, you will enjoy this one. It's campy as heck, but just turn off your brain. This is a saga, so the book ends. It's not finished. If you want a conclusion, you're gonna continue reading the other book, or books, I don't know how many there are, which is my only like, I hate it. I hate it. Why did they do this to me? Why? I hate when they are baiting you in the end and they're like, oh, we think we did it. And then like, maybe not. Mad at that. And also mad at all the baiting thing with them flirting with each other and how it turned out in this book. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm glad that I listened to this book. I would have never picked up this book if I have chose, because once again, it's a fantasy book. It's not my thing, you know? But it was so cool listening to this cinematic immersion audiobook. It was really cool and such a neat experience. And maybe I will finish the book in the future. I don't know how many books there are. And it also deals with like suppression of like the human characters, and like the supernatural beings are on top, kind of. It deals with like classism in a fantasy way. So that's that also. But yeah, good book. Enjoyed it. Had a fun time. Once again, turn off the brain. and it's good. Next book. Find a Way, Nyad. Did I say it right? Nyad. This was the only book I have read. All my books were audiobooks because that was what available, like no queue, because once again, library. Love you, library. But this one was actually available as an ebook. And I always prefer reading it more as an ebook or a physical book if I can. So I did that with this one. And this is a memoir about Nyad. I'm sorry for butchering it. And about swimming. And I like swimming. If you watch my vlogs, I started to swim again. Funsies. And it's about this incredible person who makes a goal in life to swim from Florida to Cuba, or Cuba to Florida. I think it was Florida to Cuba. But anyways, insane swim, like swimming for like 52 hours, like 2 freaking days in the water, in the ocean. Sharks, fishes, they out for you. Bruh. It was so interesting to follow through her life, how she got to this point, and like she did this when she was, I believe, 64, if I remember it right, which is also so inspiring that you can do things whatever age you are in. It's never too late to go to a goal or wanna achieve a goal in your life. It's about the mindset and the prep you do for it. This isn't her first swim. She swam around Manhattan and some other really long swims for 24 hours, 17 hours, like long swims. Like she got this stuff down. It was so inspiring and so cool to read. And after reading this book, I immediately went and watched interviews to hear her speak about this. Apparently there is a Netflix movie or movie, I think, about this, which is so cool, and I would love to watch that sometime to see what's in the movie. And yeah, I just grabbed a hold of a bunch of media and couldn't stop listening to her. I thought it was so freaking cool. I really like that you go to achieve your dream, or like you just do things for yourself. It's for yourself you do this, and it's what makes you happy in life, what you want to achieve in life. And can you feel like, yes, I did that. Just keep going. So inspiring. And also, when I read the ebook, get the one that is longer. The book is around 500 pages, or a little bit longer than 500 pages for sure, maybe the end of 500 pages. But don't be scared about the length of the book, because there's a really nice surprise in the end that I did not expect at all. So read it to the end, babe. Enjoy the every last minute, seconds, and all that stuff in it. And also how Diana speaks about her team, about the people that support her, that she keeps bringing these people up, that it's not about her, it's about her team. It's about them, like we did this together. It's not me, it's about us. And I just love that freaking mindset. And once again, I like swimming, I'm not at all at that degree that Diana is or was, but so freaking cool. And I'm so glad that I read it, and so many amazing people that she meets along the way that is inspiring. Bonnie, oh my god, Bonnie. Yeah, such a cool book. I very, very much enjoyed this one. All the other books I read has been good or fine in my opinion, but this was the peak. this was the peak. And I read some really good memoirs, but this takes the cake. But it's just because it's so inspiring, and it deals with swimming in the ocean also, which I'm a big fan of. But like it's so cool, and it might be me just being biased because the certain other memoirs, like for example with the Paris Hilton memoir, a little bit of a spoiler here, but it's so interesting written, like it flip-flops when she's writing because she has ADHD. So, and with ADHD, you can't really focus on the subject matter, and that reflects in the writing, which is so cool. Or, a little bit of a spoiler also, I'm Glad My Mom Died memoir. That one, they speak or write 100% differently in the beginning of the memoir when they are a kid to when they become an adult, and the language kind of changed, and that's so cool. And I didn't really think about it with this memoir, like how it was written. It was an easy read to get through. There are some heavier topics for sure about being used and also about abuse and stuff, so you know that. I don't really have anything to say about the written aspect of it. It's just such an inspiring story, and it makes me just want to do things, and such a humble experience and thing. We ended on a bang! That was such a freaking good book. Glad I did this. Discovered some really neat books, and I think I might do more of this in the future, because this makes me go out of my comfort zone and read some books that I had not had a look out on before at all. So I'm glad I did it. I felt like most of the books I read were pretty longer. Like normally when I read a book, it might be like, I like that 200 pages, 300 pages vibe. And I feel like most of these books were a little bit longer than that, especially like the fantasy one, the House of Earth and Blood, Crescent City one. But it's good. It's good because I'm afraid of committing to big books, but big books can also be good if you just give it time. So yeah, neat. Glad I did this. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. It took a while to read all these books, but I'm so glad that I did. Did you guys read any of these books, or have you read them? What's your opinions about them? Let me know in the comments. Did you also do this little experiment with me? What is your horoscope star sign? What books did you get recommended? Or did you read any of the books you got recommended? Any Aries in the chat? Here? Whoa! Also, I'm just gonna say, the song I had in between these like title things, the kazoo, I love it. I love it so much. It's a reference to, there's an older YouTube video, maybe 2010, 11, which is I got a kazoo from Christmas from you guys at what? Not sponsored. Who wants an iPad? Daddy, wait! I got a kazoo. So I watched that video non-stop, and that's why I had the kazoo sound effect. Inside joke. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna head out and get some air because I've been yapping for way too long now. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay? Bye-bye!